He's just made it. No, he hasn't. It's over. It's over already. Jack completes a shutout for Queensbury. And it's a gigantic victory for the giant from China tonight here in Saudi Arabia. It keeps him relevant and it surely confines Deontay Wilder to the history books. He never looked convincing. He never looked convinced to be like he wanted to be.
You know, I'm just watching the reactions. We just watch the reactions, and a lot of things I want to break down and counterpunch about the reactions from each and every person. First off, let me say this about Wilder. Man, that had to be some hellified pressure. You think about it. You have your manager there, Shelly Finkel. Your current promoter there, which was your rival, Eddie Hearn. Your rival fighter, Anthony Joshua. And the guy with the checkbook, Turki Al-Sheikh, all watching you right there. And I just got to say, man, it's like with that, that's got to be a lot of pressure. And I know, like, in the 5th round, they told Wilder to, open up. Now looking at it, that probably was a mistake. You know what I mean? For a lot of reasons. But, but yeah, counterpunching everyone's reaction. I think the most, I'm gonna give you the most disappointed to the less disappointed. I'll say that. And believe it or not, the most disappointed person there looked like Frank Warren. Frank Warren did not look happy that Zhilei Zhang knocked out Deontay Wilder. He did not. He looked like a person like, man, yeah, and I know one of Zhang's, I think it was Zhang's translator, I think his name's Michael, he came up and he congratulated him, but he got up, he adjusted his trousers, okay? And then he was just like, and he did this sign, he said something, I think, to Joshua. And I don't know what he said. I couldn't hear what he said, but, a lot of chatter, noise, And he didn't look happy, though. He was just like, oh, man, well, we can forget about that idea. Almost like, well, forget that plan, and that surprised me. Second, of course, was Shelly Finkel. Okay. Shelly Finkel, he did that. You know what I mean? And I think, looking at that, let's look deeper into Shelly Finkel's relationship with Wilder, and his position. I think Shelly Finkel I don't think he's a bad guy at all. I think he was a guy that protected Deontay Wilder because he knew the limitations of Wilder. I guess he just expected Wilder to get better or come to a part of his career where he, or he landed that right shot. You know what I mean? I think they had a different type of relationship. You know what I mean? That's why you didn't see a Vlad and Wilder fight, because Shelly didn't feel that was right to put Wilder in there with somebody like Vladimir. But of course, he's going to try Eddie Hearn's fighter, Anthony Joshua, because he's the opposing rival promoter. That's why that fight was made, on top of, sure, a belt unification for the vacant WBA at the time. But other than that, no, Vlad was the person to beat because Tyson Fury was in recess or wherever he was. He was on hiatus. And I think Shelly Finkel, seeing that, like seeing him, like disappointed the way he is. You could tell he was hurt, because like, man, that's how it was painful to see for Shelly Finkel. The next person okay, was Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua didn't look happy at all for that. He was just like, like looking at Eddie like almost like, you bring me down here for this. This is what we have to look at. We got old ass Zhang or Dubois. I guess that's what we have because, Wilder didn't deliver. He didn't deliver. And yeah, so I mean, he didn't really give you too much, but you could tell the way his facial expressions were. He didn't look too happy about it either. Now, the next person, probably the least bit affected, which it doesn't surprise me, but because expressions don't lie, especially when the camera's on you and they pan, because they're looking for those expressions. They're looking for how you react to something that happens. And how Eddie Hearn reacted was, I could have sworn Eddie had a little smirk. I don't know, it might just be me, but it looked like Eddie Hearn had a little smirk on him. He looked like he had a little smirk to him. Like he was just, you know what I mean? I mean, at that initial time, he was just kind of like, you know what I mean? As opposed to those other fighters, he was like, go, go, go. Hell, let's look at it like this. How was he with Anthony Joshua when Joshua got chinned by Andy Ruiz? His damn head was between his lap. He was mortified. That dude was mortified when AJ got hit. Eddie Hearn was like this. he didn't like. I guess he just couldn't. I guess that was shocking because he didn't know what he was looking at. Versus what he was looking at or like and looking at that night. You know what I mean? He was just like, almost kind of like this. Yep, I pretty much knew this shit was going to happen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I could be wrong, but then again, Turkey Al-Sheikh, we didn't really know because he got these big old glasses on, he's all, dressed up and, sheiked down, you know what I'm saying? So we don't really know how his reaction was. So, but yeah, those are the reactions from, more affected to slightly affected, more to the less. And I think overall, this is just a disappointing loss. And see, Wilder losing this match is not good for boxing. You know what I mean? Because there's no one else that really can replace him. Jared Anderson has not been tested enough. Frank Warren, he's not really American, he's Cuban. Jarrell Miller, he's failed a couple drug tests and he got beat by Dubois. So Dubois has more claim to that. I mean, he's a self-promoting fighter, but still, he's not that guy to really pin against AJ. Someone with some history there. Usyk just beat Fury. So, and he has his own problems with Usyk because he has a rematch with Usyk. So there's nobody really there to be an adequate partner for Anthony Joshua. Sure, there's always somebody to fight. But as far as, hey, who would you like to see AJ fight? Well, the guy that we wanted to see him fight got knocked out the other night. So it's bad. So those reactions reflect a business decision or a business potential decision going belly up. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about the reactions, the initial reactions of when Deontay Wilder fell from grace. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.